Hi, this is Mark Collins here at the Emerald Cup. I'm delighted to be with Brian Applegarth, who's one of the leaders of the cannabis tourism area in our industry. Brian, tell us a little bit about the Cannabis Tourism Authority, and I want to hear more about your work also with Sunstone Winery, which was some new news.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so the Cannabis Travel Authority, and we have a booth here at the Emerald Cup, is really kind of a tourist information center. So, the cannabis travel trend today in California is really interesting. There's probably about 100 lounges in the state at this point, well over 1,000 shops, over 500 deliveries. You have culinary experiences, art experience, and events like the Emerald Cup here. And this is all part of the visitor economy. So the Cannabis Travel Authority is a tourism information booth. And if you visit our booth, we have brochures, pamphlets. Right now, we have basically a giveaway where we're drawing a name out for a retreat to Jamaica for 3 nights, 4 days, and a cannabis and psychedelics retreat over there. But yeah, the Cannabis Travel Authority is your one-stop shop for cannabis experiences in California.
Great. And tell us, what do you think of the Emerald Cup as an event? Now, you talked about it as core to the tourist economy, but tell us more about what you think of the Emerald Cup.
Yeah, I mean, the Emerald Cup I look at as a cultural festival. And it's also, it's called by Rolling Stone the Academy Awards of Cannabis. So it's got the highest respect globally as far as a awards program. And it's the 20th anniversary. And it was started in the Emerald Triangle, that area 101, and it's got this legacy where it was really built by the community, by that legacy and community up north. So when you have that much brain trust that has been nurturing an awards program and a cultural festival for 20 years now, you have a very authentic expression of kind of this California culture with cannabis, and it comes alive at the Emerald Cup with music and art and all the different products. And then of course it all culminates in the awards ceremony that's tomorrow. And we're really grateful. The Cannabis Trail is part of the ecosystem of tourism that I work in. And we've been building that since about 2015. Tomorrow, we're going to be bestowing Amsterdam University with a cultural landmark along the Cannabis Trail. The Cannabis Trail is a 9-county trail that travels from Santa Cruz up to the Emerald Triangle. That is all these different places that honor how cannabis and hemp has influenced and been part of California culture. We're really excited to talk about Sunstone. Here at the Sunstone, I currently occupy the head of tourism and travel role. Really proud of that. Sunstone is one of the leading luxury brands in California. They have beautiful wine tasting caves, terraces. They have an amazing villa, and they have a 30-year history as a sustainable winery in the Santa Ynez Valley. And now they also have products that are THC products that are beverages like Spritzes and the Sunstone Splash and the gummy line, which has a Snoop gummy and a couple others. So their product suite, it's a really interesting brand in California because it has this luxury appeal, this 30-year history, and this amazing community it's built through wine and sustainable ag and hospitality. And now you have this kind of THC component in a really relatable way. So I'm very excited because I do a lot of work with the California travel industry. And this brand, as far as like kind of that luxury wine country level, it really embodies what I feel the future of California tourism and just for that niche.
Wow, that's a pretty powerful endorsement for Sunstone Winery from Brian Applegarth here at the Emerald Cup in sunny Oakland, California. So Brian, tell us a little bit about your future plans for the Cannabis Travel Authority and how do you see tourism after the end of federal prohibition?
Yeah, I think you're going to see more integration. I think it's going to keep evolving in the non-inhalation methods as well as the inhalation methods. So you're going to see that connoisseur level of the cannabis travel audience always lean into terroir. As the Appalachians, the cannabis Appalachians are supposed to roll out in the next 12, 24 months.
Yep.
And as that happens, you're going to see more sophisticated content, better consumer understanding of terpene profile, cultivars. And when it comes to travel, that's all about placemaking, right? It's about microclimates. It's about communities and how they've had this craft. I mean, just yesterday, I was at the Legacy Genetics Conference at UC Berkeley, where it's all about a research project that's happening, that's community-led, with a series of extraction. And it's starting to document and unpair the genetic diversity of California's cannabis sleep banks, which is a story that ties back into the hippie trail and the back to the land. And all of this is culture and it's the story of California. So being able to tell this through travel is important. I think you're going to see integration with non-inhalation products, top paints, and spas. We're going to see more and more beverage and culinary exploration and integration into the mainstream. It's not all going to be THC rich. I think there's going to be a wider understanding of all the different applications from cannabis and hemp in the non-altering space as well. That being said, I do think that we are on the cusp of a new era of travel that is entheogenic travel when it comes to THC discussion. And I think California is a hell of a destination to lead the way.
You know, I'm so excited about the appellations. You know, I lived in France for a while, and you have the appellation control of Bordeaux, right? Or the appellation called of Provence, or at Champagne. So I'm excited to see that, because I think that will be so much better than this very less informed indica sativa mentioned. But anyway, Brian, thank you so much for these insights. I mean, you're a fountain of knowledge for so many years now, so we really appreciate you dropping some of that knowledge here for our audiences at Highly Capitalized. So where can people find out more, Brian, about you and what you do?
Yeah,
it's about your associates.
Sure. There's a couple websites. You go to brianapplegarth.com.
brianapplegarth.com.
thecannabistrail.com.
Cannabis Trail.
I'm pretty active on LinkedIn, so if you want to find me on there. But yeah.
Okay, great. There you have it. Brian Applegarth from the Cannabis Travel Authority, here live the board of the Emerald Cup in sunny Oakland, California. Thanks so much. Highly Capitalized.